Clam has a couple things that I want to outline for you. They have the Predator Tip Up. This is a 2-in-1 tip up. Originally, I didn't think that I would because this is intended to be an auto hook setting tip up as one of its primary uses, but it also doubles as a flag only system. Obviously you can see the rod is loaded. This is intended for in the states where you can use it, like Wisconsin, like North Dakota, but they have a hook setting one, and then the back trigger you swap out with it, and then it doesn't set the hook. You actually leave your bail open and it just triggers the flag. So it's like a normal tip up. My original thought was like, I don't need, like, it's probably overbuilt for just a flag system, but it's actually really heavy duty. It's super easy to set the flag on. So I'm going to pick up a couple this year and I'm going to see how I like them. I primarily fish in Minnesota, so you're not going to really see me use the hook setting feature unless I go over the border to one of the other states around me, but you'll see me using it. It's really heavy duty. I don't know how much it weighs, but I watched a stream of them actually going through it, the two inventors going through it and talking about how to use it, all of the adjustments on it. Like, it looks awesome. So check it out at one of the stores or one of the shows. If you're at one of them, it's completely adjustable in like every way possible. $70 though, so it's not cheap. It's a premium product, but I'm sure there's going to be some show specials. Usually 10 to 20% off is what you see at the show. So have you ever been in a hub shack, ice camping or ice fishing, and the problem that you have is when it snows or it rains or it's really windy, the top of your shack falling in, or if you've got those hooks up, or if you're hanging things from the ceiling and the top of your hub pops in. If that has happened to you, you know how much of a pain it is. What this is this is a roof support pole. So this pole, as you can see here, has a base that goes to the ground, and it goes all the way up to the hub that's in the center of your hub shack on the top. So you can see it here in the picture being used. This is not going to be for everybody. If you don't have this issue, maybe it's not for you, but this is actually, it's happened to me a couple of times in the past. So this is the type of thing where I would have one, packed with me, but I would only take it out and use it if I actually needed it, or if I was going to do overnight camping for a couple of days in a shack just for, extra support. It's $45. So it may be right for you. It may not be right for you, but I just wanted to outline that this is a new product. I haven't really seen Clam or anybody really talking about it yet, so I wanted to make sure that I highlighted it. If you are one of the people that has a flip over shack, that has a tow bar on your flip over shack, a lot of us that have either, maybe snowmobiles, for sure like ATVs, for sure trucks, where you're pulling something, a lot of times you actually have a hitch already on there that you're using to pull a trailer or something else, either when you're not on the ice or maybe even if you're on the ice. This is really cool. So it goes right over the ball. You can see here, if you have a hitch on your machine, your ATV, or your vehicle, this goes right over it. Then you slide this pin in, and you can see it locks underneath the collar of the ball. And so it can't come back off because it's stuck under the head of the hitch ball. And then you've got your little, it pivots, of course, but then you've got your pinhole. So that way you can actually put your tow bar right onto the back of your machine, even if you have a hitch. It looks like it mounts to most balls up to 2 5/8 inches wide. So ClamLock double cup holder. So this is a new accessory for them that they launched this year. They've got their ClamLock system. I know this came out last year. They've talked about it for a little while. They've got a lot of accessories. I've talked about it. It's these hubs that you can put on your hub, on your, machine. You can put it in your permanent shack, but this has 2 cup holders and then some holes in it for toothpicks, pliers, scissors, those types of things. So that's that new accessory. Here's another new accessory. I'm looking to pick this up this year. I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's called the Aurora LED Light Kit. You get 2 of these packages. In one package, you get 2 strips. These are 4-foot long light strips that you can see here. In the new hub shacks that I'll show you when we talk about them briefly, is you can see in this picture here how the lights go all the way around the shack. Like, this is like a dream come true for like somebody that wants to put them up, leave them mounted in their shack and collapse it down because they're flexible. They go right along the poles and it's the full 4 foot of lighting. These are awesome for somebody that's doing ice camping, overnights in a shack. These could be great for you. So they have 3 dimmable light settings: soft white, medium, and bright white. It includes the 2 light strips per pack that I talked about, 900 lumens, 4 feet length per light. So total of 8 feet that you can cover with one of these packages. It's got hook and loop, which is Velcro. That means Velcro. Works with any hub shelter. And it says a remote is included with the starter pack. So this is the starter pack. So you have the 2 strips and then you have a remote that's with it. It's $49.99. Now, they also have the add-on kit. So it's $10 cheaper. You get the 2, but it doesn't have the remote with it because you can daisy chain these to go all the way around and back to one power source through one connection. So these look pretty cool. They're actually not too ridiculously expensive. Rattle reel indicator. I've got a few of these from a different brand, but these look like they're gonna work as well. So you've got Velcro right around it. It's a little box that is meant to have your line that goes on it. So what it does is when your line gets pulled, it will actually it will light up and sound off for you that there is a fish on your line or something pulled your line. So it's a constant LED light and loud beeping sound when tripped. It's white, has 4 adjustment settings for the light. It's magnetic and Velcro attachment for attaching to rattle reels. It's compatible with any rattle reel that has a straight arm. There's a beeping sound rated at 65 decibels. And then the light and sounds are independently adjustable depending on how you want to use it. So if you just want to use the light, if you just want to use the sound, you can adjust them so one's louder or quieter than the other, or brighter or duller. And then batteries require 2 AA batteries that are not included. They have a UV light that they came out with. Nothing like super exciting here. It's a flashlight, but it's a UV light. And the idea here is it's intended to glow your jigs. So they came out with that. The hubs, they've got all their full door hubs this year. If you haven't seen my other videos on it, I'll talk about it super fast. The difference here versus any other brand is on the Clam full door hubs is you've got a bottom to the full door. So what they're selling this as is that you don't get the drift under the door like you do with Otter, like you do with Eskimo, like you do with Nordic Legend. So this is a full door, but there is a little bit of a lip here that you have to step over, and then you've got the skirt all the way around it. So it does 2 things. One, you don't have the draft that comes under it because you can bank this part in, and then you also don't have the door splitting apart on you because the way that the others are is the door, since there is no fabric here in between, it can spread apart. So this is the way that they did their full door. They are calling it, I think they're calling it a max entry door. It's still something to trip on though. I don't know if they had to do this for patent reasons or if the thought is that this truly is better. Like, I don't know. I've never used it, so I can't tell you. I've used the full door hubs that don't have anything in the way, and I love it. And I've never had an issue with snow or wind or anything coming underneath, but maybe I just haven't used it enough to have that be something that I would really appreciate. So maybe this year I'll have to try one of these out or go fishing with somebody that's got one and maybe do a side-by-side comparison. But yeah, they've got all of their different series of hubs with these options for the max entry door, it looks like. So you'll see the X400, the X Series 4, 5, 6, 8, and then they've got the thermals, the Ice Team editions. This is the X600 Thermal Ice Team. I think this one has the Aurora lights in it. Yeah, it says the Ice Team model features Clam's Aurora lighting system for built-in lights inside your shelter. So here you go. So you can see how the lights, they actually have them attached right by the pole inside of the shack across the top. So this is built in. I don't know how this one's attached, like if it's attached to the pole or if it's attached in the fabric where there's a loop for it. I don't know that. I haven't seen these in person yet, but they do have the lights in them. I don't know what length of the lights they have in it. I don't know if it says, but I thought that it goes all the way around the inside border of it. They've got these tackle boxes. I'm gonna pick a few up. I'm kind of interested to see how they work, but there's 9 lures in here. They said every box is a little bit different. I don't know if they're numbered, so you can make sure that you don't get like a number, like the number 4 box again. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing. I don't know how this works, but these are the Sea Mystery Grab Bag boxes, $29.99, 9 lures included. I'm going to pick a few up this year. Maybe I'll do a couple unboxings just to see, are they worth it? Are they not worth it? You know, are these going to go on show special deals and then you're going to get some really good lures in it? I don't know. They don't give a ton of detail here as to what's all going to be in it, but they're all Clam Pro Tackle lures it does say other items are included as well. So who knows? Great gift item. They got a ton of new reels out. Their kind of premium reel that I saw was the Misago reel. I might be butchering the name on it. It's $89.99. I think it's a 9+1 ball bearing system. It's got all the fun things on it. The one thing that I don't like that it doesn't have is it doesn't have the button collapsing reel handle. That's the one thing my Daiwas that I have for ice fishing do. And so those are the ones that I use because they have the reel handle that folds down. So I probably won't be trying this. I like collapsing those handles down the way that I move them around. But this does look like a premium reel. They have the special low temp grease in it because it's intended for ice fishing. Check it out if you want, but this looks like their new premium reel that they've got. And then they've got a few other Jason Mitchell LS reel, the Predator reel. They've got the XL tripod chair. They had the tripod chair before, but this is the XL version of it. They have the rechargeable hand warmer this year. I bought a few of these last year, not from Clam because they didn't have them. These are new this year, but these are like just like the ones that you buy on Amazon that come from China, from my understanding. And they're okay. They're nice if somebody else has them and they let you borrow them because you didn't need to charge it. Make sure that it was charged and bring it with you because they've got some weight to it, but they are convenient. Like if you're one of those people that wants a little something to hold in your hand, it's hard plastic, but it does heat up. It's kind of nice. It has different heat settings on it. And then it does have a USB charger on it as well. They don't have a picture of it here, but I believe it's a USB-A. So the big USB, like what you'd have on a computer, whatever adapter you would need for your phone or whatever, you can charge as well. Ice rod slicks. So I believe these are new this year. I don't think they had them last year. I know I bought a bunch of these from Amazon. These are worth the money. Even at $12.99, I think I found a 4-pack on Amazon for $10. It's probably linked down below because it's like one of the best budget buys that I found. Where these really shine is they're the shorter length. You probably have these on your open water rods potentially, but on ice fishing rods, they're the shorter length. Why these are great is if you use a rod sleeve where they're the tubes you put your rods in, normally you put maybe 2 in there and then you have a problem with them like getting all tangled up. This protects your line, it protects your rod, it protects your rod eyes, and they glide across each other. And so what you're able to do here is get multiple, I think in a small little, the double barrel has 2 small little tubes in it, and I think I can fit like 3 or 4 in each of them with no problem at all. I think there have been times I've jammed up to 6 in there, and it's nice because it just pulls right out. You don't have to worry about everything tangling up. So these are definitely worth the money. And then they've got the little elastic band here that you can throw around your reel and tighten it down so that way it doesn't slide off. They've got a new stoplight bobber. So this came out last year. They now have 2 sizes, so a small and a large. I think last year they only had the large. This year they came out with the small, I believe. The Gaff vinyl treble hooks, you got some colors on these. I don't know if these were out last year or if they're just new colors this year, but these are pretty cool because they have vinyl on them. Gaff epoxy treble hooks. So these were out last year. So these are some new colors. The chain treble hooks, these were out last year. I really like these for when you're targeting perch. These things do great. The Gaff epoxy treble hooks, these are one of my go-tos. You get one of the UV glow ones. You put it down with like a shiner minnow. You could put it down with a crappie minnow on it at night as a dead stick on like a rattle reel or a dead stick. These things are great at night. So I really like them. Even during the day as a dead stick, these things are great. So that's what I use them for. These are 2 of the new products for this year that are getting a lot of press and social media coverage right now. I'm going to pick both up to try them out. The Tikka Flash. So this has got the blade on the back of it. This looks deadly for this year. I'm excited to try it out. And then the Rattlin PT Spoon. My number 1 rattling spoon last year was the Rattle Master from Acme Tackle. And this looks like, I don't want to call it the copycat because they have some different unique things here, like it's made out of all zinc and whatnot, but this looks just like it. So we should be able to see a lot of the things that I liked about the Rattle Master last year in this spoon. So I'm definitely going to try it out. This should flutter down a little bit better.